make sure your ankles, knees, hip bones and shoulders are in alignment. Activate and switch on the pelvic floor. So close the front, close the back, draw up to level 3. Inside, that's it. So your pelvic floor is switched on. Once we start exercising, you'll be drawing that pelvic floor up a little bit higher, perhaps up to 4 or 5. Okay, neutral spine, natural curve of the lower back. You may know how yours feels to be in neutral, so just pop yourself into neutral. If not, use the triangle, fingers and thumbs together over the belly button. Nothing sticks out further than the other. They need to be level. Okay, once that's level, your thoracic breathing into your rib cage. You want to breathe in and release out. Breathe out and draw in. And again, breathe in, release out, breathe out and draw in. Breathe in and release out. Breathe out and draw in. Just one more time. Breathe in, release out. Breathe out, draw in about 30%, enough to maintain neutral till we move. Then lift your shoulders up, right up to the ears. Roll them back, slot them in their pockets. Your shoulder blades slot in their pockets. And then just let the arms hang loosely by your sides, middle finger by your trouser seam. Lengthen through the crown of the head and then just nod the chin in slightly, so you're elongating the back of the neck and your chin's not sticking out further, which will open up the thoracic spine. So think chin nodded in, about a satsuma size difference between the space from your chin to your chest. Okay, just turn your head to the side, take a look over the shoulder and change sides. Okay, take a look over the shoulder. One more time each side. Back to the center, chin down, shoulders down and lift. Chin down and lift. One more. Okay. Take the ear over to the shoulder, keeping the shoulders level, the weight even between the feet, changing sides. Back to the center. Just take the chin down towards the chest, semicircle to one side, then the other. One more. Reset the head position. Now roll your shoulders forward and back. Roll them forward and back. And as you do, I want you to take a small fold and open. One more. Reset, lift those shoulders right up to your ears and back down again. So they're not moving forward or back. Two more. That's it. Okay, circle the hips round. So push to the right, push back, push to the left, push front. Right, back, left, and change direction. Left, back, right, front, left, back, right and front. Reset. Keep the weight even. Keep the shoulders level. Take us, reach down one side and back up. And again. One more time each side. That's it. Reset. Bring the hands to prayer position. Breathe in. Breathe out as you turn. Breathe in as you come back. Making sure those hip bones stay facing forward. And just rotating, using the obliques. Mobilizing through the thoracic spine. Breathe out, draw up that pelvic floor a little higher. Breathe in as you come back to center. So a standing spine twist. One more time. And come back to center, release. Down into a small squat, breathe in. Keep the eyes looking down but in front, so you're not lifting your head like this. Keeping your neck in line with your spine. Breathe out, stand up, lift the knee. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Foot to the floor. Now lift. Circle the ankle. I'm changing sides. And release. Shake out the legs. Just going to open the door, let some air in. Okay, you can come down onto your hands and knees. So that we come down into tabletop. Spread the fingers wide and don't lean forward. Yeah, make sure that you're slightly back in the heel of the hand. Neutral spine, natural curve set, pelvic floor is lifted, navel's drawn in. Okay, we're going to lift one side and then tap down and up. Let me show you. So we're going to lift and we're going to go tap down and lift, tap down and lift. 6 on each side. Okay, so take a breath in, breathe out, lift and lengthen. Breathe in and tap, breathe out, lift and lengthen. Nice and slowly control, time under tension. 3, 4, 5, one more this side. 6, take a breath in, breathe out, lift and lengthen, opposite arm to leg, breathe in as they tap down, breathe out as they lift and lengthen. Remember, lengthen, 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 that's what we're focusing on. So we're drawing that navel in, we're drawing up the pelvic floor. We're not letting the heel come up higher than the bum. One more, I think. sit back on your heels. Just circle your wrists round to release any tension. And then come down onto your tummy for the swan dive. We're all about lengthening, stretching, opening up the back today. So bring the feet together, let the heels drop out to the sides. Okay, goalpost arms, elbows a little bit lower than your shoulders so that your shoulders are drawn down and in their pockets. Let's go through the stages. So breathe in, breathe out, draw that navel away from the mat and just lift up, lengthening through that crown. Breathe in and release. Breathe out, lengthen. So you've got your head looking down but slightly in front. Breathe in and release. Let's do one more like this. Okay, you can either stay with that layer, if that's right for you today, or you can lift up through the forearms. So as you breathe out, when you get to this point, if you're coming further, start to lift the forearms up and just lift as far as is comfortable for you, keeping the joints of the elbows unlocked, and release back down. Breathing in, breathing out. You don't have to come all the way up. Breathe in and release. Breathe out, draw up the pelvic floor, draw in the navel. Either stay with that layer or the first layer, or go into layer 3. And as you breathe out, the arms come up away from the floor. You've still got your head in the same position, chin's nodded in towards the chest. Breathe in and release. Breathe out and lift. Breathe in and release. Okay, so the layer 1 is enough for me. I don't want to do any lordotic move in my lower back because it's already quite curved posteriorly, anteriorly, sorry. Breathe out. Lengthen that crown of the head and release. Let's go for 3 more. Keeping the big toes together so you're not using your glutes. And one more time. And come up into cat stretch. Release that off. Okay, come down onto your bum and face the front. We're going to go into a bit bigger spine stretch. However, you can still keep your hands in this position, or you can take the arms out and make sure they're not lifted above your shoulders. So if you're lifting above your shoulders, you're lifting your shoulders as well. So roll them back, push them down, open up, relax the arms. Make sure you're sat on your sitting bones, keeping the weight even between both sides. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, keeping the arms in line, you turn, breathe in and come back. Breathe out and turn through, using your obliques and your thoracic spine, mobilizing. Breathe in and come back. Make sure this arm here doesn't start coming round, yeah? So you need to imagine you're holding a long pole, which means you wouldn't be able to bend the arms forward. One more time each side. And release. Roll your shoulders back. One hand on the floor, little push. Reach up and over. So push into the hand so you don't lean into that butt cheek. And change sides. And release. Just turn to the side. Roll down so you can either have your legs out in front of you, your knees bent resting on your heels. Start with your sitting bones even, and you're sat up nice and tall. We're just going to go into C curve 2 or 3 times just to get the movement. So relax the arms again below your shoulders. Take a breath in, breathe out, and it's as though someone's going to punch you in the tummy. You start to draw in and C curve that lower back. Breathe in and sit back up, yeah? So breathe in, breathe out, draw the navel through towards the spine, curve. Breathe in and sit up tall. One more time. Breathe out. As you go into your C curve, don't let your shoulders hunch up towards your ears. It's only the bottom part that movement is, okay? Off we go then a little bit further. Breathe out. Breathe in, roll up, lengthen. This is going to feel really hard if you did yesterday's 6 planks. Breathe out. Roll back as far as is comfortable for you. Breathe in and lift up. Remember, you can have your hands just under the back of your thighs, and that way you can use them slightly to draw you back up. Or you can even use your mat. So use your mat to draw yourself up, okay? If you're going all the way down, you come down, arms go back, breathe in, breathe out. I have to pull up and lift. Up to the sitting bones. Breathe in, breathe out. Trying to keep the feet on the floor. Breathe in. Oh! I'm not going all the way down anymore. You know I can't get back up. But it's so hard here when you've done yesterday's class. Right at that point where you just can't go any further. Lift up. 3 more times. And lift. 2 more. And 1 more, guys. can roll all the way down to the mat. Okay. Set your feet up in neutral position. Check the spine, the neutral spine. The navel's drawn in 30%. The pelvic floor is activated and lifted to a third floor up. Shoulders back and down, just open up and relax the arms down. Just coming up to tabletop, single leg to begin with. So take a breath in, breathe out and lift. Remember, we lift from the hip, not the knee. It's not this, that's just the knee flexion and extension. So lift from here, knee over hip. Inhale, exhale and back down. Inhale, exhale and lift that second leg up, knee over hip. Watch this leg, control it, don't let it drop out to the side. Breathe in, breathe out and lower. So we don't want any change in the back position, and we want to move nice and slowly, so we've got time under tension, which means we're working longer, we're working harder. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe in at the top. Breathe out as you lower. One more time each side. We're going with both legs, so if when you start to lift the second leg you need to use imprint, remember that is just a little tilt back, squeezing the juice out of the raspberries but not squashing them. Take a breath in, breathe out and lift. Inhale. Here you may use imprint. Breathe out and lift. Oh, that core from yesterday is burning. Breathe in, breathe out, take the first leg down, breathe in, breathe out and take the second leg down, and again, inhale, exhale to lift, inhale, exhale and lift, exhale and lower, exhale and lower. One more time. Okay, holding them both up in hover. 5 in breaths, 5 out breaths. So inhale, exhale to lift, inhale, exhale and hold. Imprint if you need it. Done 5 in breaths, breathe in, breathe out, really switch on here, lower that first leg, breathe in, breathe out. Now once the first foot is on the floor, you've got some stability, so it's the first leg that goes down that's the hardest, and the second leg that comes up. Let's do that again. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, hold it up here. Inhale, exhale, first foot down, big draw in, inhale, exhale down. We're going to go one more time. This time we keep the legs up at the top. Take a breath in, breathe out and lift. Inhale, exhale and hold. Okay, take a look. Breathe. Arms come up to shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and back down. Breathe out, they go back. Breathe in, they come forward. Remember, use that imprint if you need it. Try and keep the ankles in line with your knees. If they're up here, you lose a bit of the tension. So breathe in, out as they go back. Breathe in as they come forward. 5 more. Four more. Three more if you can, guys. Breathe out. Breathe in. One more time. Okay, when the arms settle down, take a breath in. Breathe out. That first leg comes down. Oh, switch on. Breathe in. Breathe out. The second leg down. Lengthen out. Arms above the head. Full body stretch. That was lovely. And reset your position. Okay, decide which leg you're going to lift because you're going to go one side. Extend that leg out. Okay, you're going to take a breath in and lift. Point the toe. Breathe out and lower, not letting it touch the floor, okay? So we're going for 6. Watch this leg doesn't drop out to the side, so keep it in line with your hip. Neutral spine, breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly. Breathe in. To lift, breathe out to lower. Two more. One more time, lower it down. Bring that leg in, take the opposite leg out again. Check in with this side leg that it's not dropping out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Three more. Breathe in as you lift. going to go for the scissors, which is one up, one down at the same time. If you find it too difficult with the straight legs, you can do it bent legs. So you can do this. So one will go up, one will go down. Da, 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 da. If you're doing it straight legs, you'll breathe in, breathe out to change, breathe in. We don't want this, yeah? Because the time under tension is an insy-wincy bit of time, which means you're not really working that much. We go at that pace when we've absolutely caned it. Okay, so bent or straight, one leg up, one leg down. Try not to let this leg rest on the floor. Arms relaxed. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Hold and breathe in, breathe out and change. Hold and breathe in, breathe out and change. 6 more. Now we can pick up the pace. So we go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw the knees in. Work it, then pace it. Off we go. 10. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw in. Even though we're moving quicker, we're still not racing through it. 2 more rounds. Ready? Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Maintaining neutral. 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw in. 1 more round. Remember, neutral, navel, pelvic floor. Let's go. Last round. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take both legs down, arms above the head, lengthen and stretch. And release. Okay, similar exercise, but we're going to bring in the obliques. So you've got hands to temple. You're going to take a breath in, breathe out, lift and reach. Yeah? If you need to, bend the knee and just lift hand to knee. Yeah? So we're going to go one side, then the other. So hands in position, thumb around your chin, around your jawline, not behind the head. But you can have them behind your head. Try not to pull up with the head. Okay, off we go. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Same side. Breathe out, breathe in. Try to reach rather than drawing the leg in to cheat. 2 more. One more. And we go for the opposite side. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Twist over, look to the outside of your leg. So 3, 4, 2 more, 5, and 6. Relax, bend in. Okay, on the obliques again, we're going to turn from side to side in the tabletop position. Then we're going to add the forward. So, last exercise for the core. Then we're going to go spine twist, stretch even, and then we're going to go through some nice relaxing stretches. Okay, so breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Use tabletop, use imprint if you need to. Feet down so that the heels are in line with your knees. Okay, take a breath in, breathe out. Just have a look at my movement. I'm not coming up like this. The bum is staying on the mat. So it's this, not this. Both choking. Both butt cheeks need to be down on the floor. 4 count. Damn yoga cat. Let's go. Breathe in, breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in and come back to center. Keep the knees over the hips if you can. Breathe out and change. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. And again, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. So let me show you this angle, what the bum looks like, what the position, well, you know what my bum looks like, but how much of it stays on the floor. Breathe in, breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1. The whole of my spine is down on the mat. Breathe in. So we don't want this. Yeah? We don't want this. We want this. Breathe out. Doesn't matter if you don't go as far on one side. Don't compromise technique. Okay, 2 more times each side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Back to center, okay? We're going to add the forward movement. If you need to, go one side and then the other. If you can, go both sides together. So it goes like this. You'll breathe in to one side, breathe out. Breathe in, come back to center. Breathe out and go forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out and change sides. Breathe in, forward, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, forwards, breathe out. Let's go one more time each side. So breathe out. Breathe in and forwards. And lift. Opposite side, last one. Breathe out. Breathe in and forward last time. Breathe in. Feet to the floor. Ooh, lengthen and stretch. Keep breathing while you hold your stretch. Release. Come up. Oh, I need a bit of water. Got a dab on. Okay. So, take a breath in. Breathe out. And just lengthen down. Breathe in and lift. Pardon me. Breathe out. And lift. Lengthen through the crown of the head. One more here. Okay, now take the legs apart. Take the arms up, lower than your shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Turn and reach. Breathe in and come back to center. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. One more time each side. Okay, hold it over this time. Try and take hold of your foot. Try and get little finger hooked around little toe. And release. Changing sides. Little finger around little toe. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Chest and chin towards the knee. And lift up. Okay, bring the feet together. So they're touching in the center, and just take the knees over to one side. Turn your head and look to the opposite. And change. And lift up. Okay, come down onto your back. Take the legs to one side. Take the arms over to the opposite. Turn your head, look in the direction of your arms. And changing sides. Back to the center, full body stretch on the heels, point the toes, spread the toes wide, arms up above you, spread the fingers wide, chin to the chest. Just breathe in and out as normal. And relax. Oops. And relax. Bending the knees. Take hold of your feet. So from happy baby, extend the legs up and open. Push your heels up towards the ceiling. So hamstrings, inner thighs, calves when you push your heel. Keep the back down. Relax the abs. Bend in. I'm just going to turn to the side, it's easier for me. Okay. Take your right leg out on the floor. Right hand over left knee. Left arm on the floor. Take a breath in. Breathe out and ease that leg over, keeping the arm on the floor behind you for support. Anything that needs to be released will be released here. And release. Change sides. Oh, that's nice. Clunk, click. Release. And roll up to sitting. Reach forward. And uncurl. Last stretch that's coming up through the roll down. Don't do this if you have low blood pressure or any disc issues. If you have any of those, just bring yourself up to standing how you would normally do that. Unlock the knees, let the arms hang loosely. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Roll your shoulders back. Fingertips to the floor. Last of all, lifts up the head. Knock the chin in slightly. Shoulders push down. And relax.